Finals is the word that strikes fear into the hearts of all university students. It's practically like saying Voldemort's name out loud. There is a reason I haven't been able to upload in nearly 2 months, oh my god. These last couple weeks have been rough. Seriously, this last semester really pushed me to my limits on what I'm able to deal with. To those of you who don't know what finals are, or why it's made out to be such a big deal, first of all, lucky you, stay pure. Finals are essentially an end of semester final assignment / project that's usually worth around a quarter of your final grade. Depending on who you are, you can have up to 4, 5, or even 6 final assignments all due within the same week. That's also ignoring everything else that also happens at the end of the semester. Graduation, renewing financial aid, figuring out your schedule for the next semester, registering for classes, and on top of that, you could also be going through some shit in your personal life, like stuff that just happens at your work or family, and all of it colliding at the same time. So it's essentially a stressful 1 to 2 week period after a month's worth of buildup where everyone is crammed to get shit done on time and not mentally break down before the semester ends. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 experience, would highly recommend it, tell your friends. In the library of my campus, there is a whiteboard where we can write down how do you cope with finals, and you know it's a big deal when number one thing is either crying or vodka. For sure, this was the hardest finals week I've ever had, and I'm so glad it's finally over. It seriously was a roller coaster of emotions for me. I had so many problems where nothing had a simple solution. Trying to get anything resolved was frustrating. Just when I solved one issue, another one popped up out of nowhere. And I honestly thought to myself multiple times, how the fuck was I gonna get through these last couple weeks? And I would be lying if I didn't say I had the power of friendship to get me through that whole shit show. As bad as it was, I'm glad I wasn't alone. What got me through it was knowing that everyone around me was experiencing the exact same thing. And when I think about it, I had a lot of support from my fellow classmates who helped me get through it all. What I mean by that camaraderie that is built between people who have gone through a difficult experience together, yeah, that shit's real. An example of what I mean is, in my graphics design class, there were 2 guys who I grew pretty close with actually. Very often, me and these 2 guys would often stay after class, come to work on the weekends, show up on a day where we didn't have class because we all had a similar circumstance where we could only do our work on a school computer. Working on our projects remotely was not an option for us, so it kind of became our thing where it was just us 3 staying late to finish our projects. Just us 3, the boys. It kind of felt like an office setting actually. There was this other time where it was us 3 as well as a few other people who stayed after class to finish a project that was due the very next day. This was around 8 p.m. by the way. The room was full of energy, it was smooth sailing with a bit of pressure because everyone wants to finish as soon as possible, when all of a sudden, the lights go out, the computer shut off, and the power goes down. It wasn't just the building we were in, it was the whole campus. An announcement was set on the speakers that if the power did not return within half an hour, everyone is advised to leave the building. We all waited anxiously for the power to come back, but it never did. All of us were right in the middle of working on our projects when suddenly, poof! Sorry, tough luck, all of you, get out! We were already feeling the pressure because it was due the very next day. But now, what were some of us supposed to do? I remember, I was just about to finish. It was just that last leg that needed to be worked on, and I would have been done. Right then and there, we just accepted our fate. There was nothing that could have been done. We all had to go, and we each needed to come up with our own way to finish this project. Thankfully, it all worked out in the end. We all managed to pull through, somehow. But it was a rocky sail, but hey, we got through it all, together. It was actually a big talking point when we actually presented our projects. Yeah, sorry about the lower quality this time. There was actually a blackout last night and I couldn't really work on my project as much as I should have, so please be lenient on your criticisms, please and thank you. And immediately after that roller coaster, we got news of the final assignment, which was its own can of worms that pushed everyone even harder, and it's basically more of the same thing, honestly. A phrase that me and the boys kept saying when cramming for the final was, "We got no choice, man. We gotta lock in." We're in the end game now. It's do or die. The point is, I wasn't alone going through all that. The classmates and especially the boys really helped me push through those last couple weeks. I raise a glass to you, boys. And yeah, that's what's been going on with me for the past couple months. Anyways, that's about it. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll try to upload consistently again. Like the video if you'd like it. Subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.